And we back. Let's get it. Looks like we are starting to move up here. So remember, this is the range that we left price off, and price was to continue to move here bullish towards resistance, towards 48, 43. Currently, I see volume is somewhat, aggression is somewhat dying out, but we could anticipate some buys potentially. Remember, we got news coming out there at like 8:30. So let me see. Yeah, we got news at 8:30, core retail sales, and then we got Trump speaking as well at 8:30, and then we got some other things going on over here. So you know, we have some important folders to keep in mind here. In like 30 minutes, we're gonna have news in 30 minutes. A new hourly candlestick just opened up as well. Let's see what's happening. I feel like price wants to move up right now. We just broke above the 30-minute resistance. We got clean traffic. It's a shotgun play on the 30 right over here. So you might actually even already see some potential entries coming here. But man, with the news and everything, it could either be a really good trade or something to spike up and then bring us down. But there is like a potential move right over here though. Oh, I gotta update my app on TradingView. Let's see. We need to take care because of Trump also. Price should be moving down. Don't know why it's moving up. What is this? Iran has violated the ceasefire numerous times. This was posted 50 minutes ago. Yeah, very, very interesting. Very interesting. Dude, order flow today has been like bleeding out for the most part. We've just been bleeding out. So yeah, so that's why I'm thinking like, man, this buy over here, it's gonna be like the first buy attempt. It could give a nice liquidity grab confluence though, like if it doesn't play out. It could give a nice confirmation if it does not move bullish and give like some kind of a liquidity grab, rejection off the highs right over there, re-break the lows to come down. Yeah, that tweet is important though. Remember, you know, trading has become Trump bias. You know, you can go with the Trump bias. Because the candlestick bias is telling us we can keep moving up, but the Trump bias is telling us we could push down. We've rejected resistance, break of the lows, and then push down. Trump bias versus technical analysis chat. Which one is going to be stronger here? What do you guys reckon? Buy or sell? Buy or sell? Buy or sell? New York session. Got NY open. Tramponacci. Yeah, we got Trumpanachi here. It's Trumpanachi strategy saying that we should be moving down. So you see this? What's happening on to the left-hand side? This right here, that's going to be like some kind of a liquidity grab confirmation on the 1 minute time frame right over there. Potentially to move down. However, I don't know how I feel about this this order flow here at the moment. I'm still seeing buyer aggression, so we got previous day point of control area here by 48.15 too. We're just gonna kind of monitor this. I'm seeing potential buy. Also like a little bit closer here. I think it's at the break of that high. Something like that. Trumpanachi strategy. Price should be moving down, yep. We got some resistance here on the 5 minute. It's creating a resistance point. Rejection wicks. Just gotta wait and see. The hourly is pretty fresh. It just created like an hourly high. Right there. We got hourly highs being formed. Looking to create some hourly lows. This is a Trumpanachi. Sells a Trumpanachi. So it's an early sell on the order flow. That's what it would be. It's a Trumpanachi trade, guys. My stops are just above the candle here. It's using like some kind of a small risk. Let's see, where is my entry? So it can keep pushing down over here. I wouldn't expect this candle to re-break its own highs at this point. If it re-breaks its own highs, then, you know, nothing I can do. But I think I got to go at break even over here. I'm going to go at break even over here. Yeah, stops to break even. Now to see if we can get the push. Oh, come on, Trumpanachi, where are you? Man, no Trumpanachi here. No Trumpanachi here. Pretty good RR on it though, but I just wanted I wanted like a decent move. I wanted a decent move because we got clean traffic, right? We had clean traffic down. Man, where's Trumpanachi when you need him, bro? There's a potential re-entry setting up there at the break of the lows, so. I don't know why we pulled up like this. Oh, I see what it was. This was yeah, we also got that shotgun play. We also got that shotgun play here. But the thing is, this candle on the spot gold didn't have the bottom wick, but I got one on futures. But that's strange, you know, it should have moved down at that point. The way it's behaving now, it's behaving kind of like it might not want to move down, but it's kind of weird. Maybe it's just reacting off of that SMA. Got like SMA on the 5-minute. Don't know how I feel about the sell again though. Yeah, I should have used a bigger lot size. Would have been able to get out. London high. Trumponacci. Now we're getting a liquidity grab. That was a good one, man. So that 30-minute shotgun's still in play. So you got 19 minutes for a 30-minute closure. Right over here. Might be looking to break above and continue running bullish. Although Trumponacci indicator is saying bearish. But if we haven't moved bearish now, it doesn't make any sense. Why have we not moved bearish? Oh, unless the selling pressure is going to come in like really heavy and it's just buying some time because you have like a resistance area right here. Multiple rejection wicks. See on the 5 again? Oh, yeah, we got about 4 minutes for the 5-minute closure. You can kind of see that rejection quite nicely in there too. And you also got like some kind of a support area right over here. It might be like a little shotgun play. Multiple rejections, 1, 2, 3, 4. Little accumulation. It actually is a big range. What's the daily? Daily is still trending bearish, it seems. Yeah, spot gold is down about 0.50%. Let's get rid of this. Because now it's in a range. Now we got resistance here and we got support over there. It could have been just doing like a shakeout, potentially before some sort of a continuation. So got to monitor. The only thing that I'm kind of like cautious about is the delta, right? About 2 minutes for candle here to close. I think you can like pull down that 30-minute, those 30-minute buyers. But you know, we got news in about like 15 minutes. So we can expect a little bit of volatility. News in about 15 minutes. Buyers are still holding that level. Why did I stop trading spot? Just trying something new over here, and I like the fact that futures doesn't give you commissions. I was paying a lot in commissions too, like over time. And it's basically the same thing. It's just no commissions. So I think that's pretty nice. My spreads on futures are like 1.8 pips. On CFDs, it's slightly a bit tighter, but to be honest, I haven't seen much of a difference. Got about like 50 seconds here for potential shotgun play, but it's gonna break out. There's a potential breakout play as well, right there. It might want to be cheeky and push before the closure. It wants to be cheeky. It wants to push before the closure. But I think, the best thing to do is gonna wait for that closure. Wait for that closure. Sellers are trying to creep in as well. Tramponacci strategy. Stops to break even. Damn, pulled me out. No. No, why'd I go aggressive break even? No. All right, I think it could have taken me out anyway. See how it's retracing. Possibly could have taken me out anyway. Still made a little bit of money from it though. Still made a bit of money. Why is it shaking? It's shaking too much. Discord, beware of news. Yeah, the idea was to get a trade before the news. But I don't know if that's gonna happen over here. Looks bad on gold. Looks alright. But yeah, I mean, like in terms of coming down, goldie should be coming down. We got this whole range over here to fill. Down towards 4,800 psychological. It's gonna be like a magnet, right? That zone's gonna be like a magnet for price. Now we got news coming out. Probably just gonna bleed. Start running down. I like that reaction because this area is a reversal play from here. See that? That's a reversal play to come down to fill up the range from the high. Why you shake me out so much, Goldie? Why you shake me out? Whips. Where are my whips? And because that level 4800 is such a beautiful magnet. This is Fibonacci. Yeah, I got the wrong Fibonacci settings. Man. Look, it's that zone, Vic. It's Fabio zone. Fabio zone, we go through Fabio zone now. As we come towards 4800. Damn. 2 times, bro. 2 times. I got news coming out soon. Because like before the news, we typically get these kind of like volatile moves, you know, shortly before news comes in. So that was, you know, that was the idea over here. That, you know, price gonna push like this and we're gonna fill this range from point A to point B. Would have been nice. But I gotta wait. We gotta wait for news here in 10 minutes. Man, what a beautiful play. Like we got that reversal play at the top of the highs as well. Nice little reversal play. Nice little fake out, little liquidity grab. Nice little clean range. Psychological 4800. Nice little shotgun. Nice little SMAs. Bro, journaling this as admin. Let's just call it even, chat. Let's just call it even. I made money on it though, but anyway, I'm not gonna consider that a position. Range has been filled. If you manage to hold on to this bull, congratulations, this bear. You managed to get some strong grips. That was the idea. That was the plan. Now you see point A to point B mopped up. I gotta move over to the next point A to point B. Maybe we gotta create something here and then go back to retest the high value zones where the entries were. Thoughts on EMA cross? I'm using it. I think it's pretty nice. If you're gonna first put the price action first and then the EMAs, that's the plan. But don't base a strategy just off of the EMAs. See, like beautiful little oh wait, no, this was below the EMAs. Sometimes also like lagging indicators. So you see like the confirmation right here. This was like a lagging indicator on the EMAs for this little shotgun play towards resistance. That's like a lagging indicator coming in below the SMAs. Then once you cross above, you see pretty nice for maybe even trailing. Yeah, we're heading towards now the tail end of the day. There should be opportunity though, because if Trump is gonna be speaking, it got Trump speaking, core retail sales, Fed chair designate Wash testifies in like about 2 hours, 1.5 now, 1 hour 40 minutes. Definitely gonna see some fireworks, some movement, man. But this was such a straightforward move, man. I love the trades before news. Before news, these are the perfect ones because we're gonna expect like that volume to be coming in before the news. And then like now news from this point onwards, now it's just sketchy. Like if you get a setup, it might not even play out. But where we were was perfect. I love that area. I've taken a trade like that. The last time I took a trade before the news, I think I was trading GJ. It was a GJ short position. It was exactly like this. Price moved up, accumulated, then came down. Beautifully. So get on the next one. What do I mean reversal? From the highs? Yeah, we got a reversal. Got a reversal signal right over here. As price was breaking about that 30-minute resistance. Right there. Little reversal play. Because it could also go up right with that volume. The whole day it's been kind of like bearish as well if you see on the order flow. Like we've been predominantly seeing sellers in charge. So also with, you know, with the Trumponacci settings here, like he tweeted something 50 minutes ago when we were looking at entries. He tweeted something that would make price move down. Because the market is fluid. Remember, it's never the same. Like it changes by the second. So what might have looked like a good buy can quickly shift. Because I came in with a strong bullish perspective if we were able to break above that high, but you see that quickly shifted with a bit more information. Now we just got these buyers here mopped up, completely mopped up, which was also another confluence for this move. Because you got buy aggression stepping in there, like on the 30 you got an engulfing. It's quite obvious, right? It like sticks out. It really sticks out. So you can see like the sellers try and come and mop them up. So yeah, we got quite a lot of confluences there. But it's okay. Remember, like this ocean, plenty of fish in the sea. Just gotta know where to fish. Damn, Sammy also got stopped. It's always the ones where I be aggressive. The ones where I give like a 5 pip stop loss, that gets hit. But the ones where I'm more aggressive, they don't hit the 5 pip. It was a zone. I got B also 2 times, but I know that zone would cause that. Buyers here just defending there. Because they knew this was happens if they go past the zone. Yeah. And they will defend like for a moment, right? Like it worked. You can see it worked for a moment, but the key thing is buyers and sellers make money, pigs get slaughtered. So it still worked, technically speaking. Oh, but it didn't push too far up, did it? Nah, I don't think it did, or did it? Can't see from here. Oh, it did a bit. I think it did a bit, yeah. Remember, smash the like button, chat. Support the channel as you're coming in. There you go. What a day. Done for the day. Very nice. Smash that like button like it owes you money, guys. Waiting on these fireworks here in about 2 minutes. Very clean move though. That looked very, very clean in my eyes. I love that structure, you know. As long as we're not ranging, it's a pretty clean structure here. That's why I said like, okay, price might not move too far in the grand scheme of things, but as long as we're opening up here like Sydney Sweeney in Euphoria, then, you know, I think then we should be pretty good. And we should be pretty good. His ranges are quite big as well. We got a range from here to here by like 100 pips. That was nice little liquidity to grab confidence before the shotgun played to the upside too. You got like this little wick over here. Boom, boom, boom. Close above. Break above the highs. Trump is gonna speak in 1 minute. Yes. We gotta go and watch it. It's going to be... We are going to bomb the shit out of Iran. We're going to use the biggest and greatest weapons from the United States arsenal. We have UFOs. We're reverse engineering the UFOs. And we're going to use them against Iran. If they get the nuclear weapons, we're going to blast them with our UFO technology. Have you guys watched that the new Bob Lazar documentary? Man, it is insane. The tech the military has... insane. Just watch S4 Bob Lazar. That thing is gonna break your perspective on a lot of things. And it's not some conspiracy fugazi stuff. Bob Lazar is one of the, like, I don't even know how to explain, but this guy is very, very reputable. And yeah, that S4 documentary, I was watching it last night. Man, I just couldn't. I was laughing, honestly. Bro, like this morning it hit me. Oh my days, look at this. Oh, we just got news. Oh, Lee. Let's go. Why are you running?
Why are you running?
We're just getting the news here. Beautiful. Yeah, this morning I was laughing because you know this whole moon thing that we went to the moon and we went behind the moon and took pictures of the moon. Man, after watching that documentary, I was laughing my ass off. How shit our technology is, how shit NASA technology is. 1 week to the bloody moon. If you guys, oh my days. Oh man, Trumponachi. Imagine if we held this trade. Just imagine if we just kind of like hold a trade like this. If we just held this trade here. Man. Holy.
Oil and gas prices for American families. We've done that. We've done it. We brought it very low. This was just an excursion into something
Trumponachi
that had to be done. We're getting very close to finishing that too. In the meantime, during this brief disruption, the United States is offering political risk insurance to any tankers operating in the Gulf.
Damn, imagine we held that trade, chat.
Risk insurance will perhaps go alongside of them for protection. We don't think it'll be necessary. If it is, and if they do anything, the price will be incalculable. It will be so great that they will have wished they never did it, because you have to keep the straits flowing. With all of that, it affects other countries much more than it does the United States. It doesn't really affect us. We have so much oil. We have tremendous oil and gas, much more than we need. We have Venezuela.
Do you have the link to the documentary? It's called S4. You can find it on One Movies.
The administration, the president.
Bob Lazar, S4. It's hilarious when you think about how long it takes him to go to the moon. Man, the military can get there in literally with the tech. Just watch the documentary. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy head here because some people don't believe in that stuff. But it's just hilarious, man. It's so funny.
Countries like China, they get a lot of their oil through the straits. So we're doing this. We have a very good relationship with President Xi in China. I'm going there in a short period of time. And we're protecting the world from what these lunatics are trying to do. And very successfully, I might add. We're also waiving certain oil-related sanctions to reduce prices. So we have sanctions on some countries. We're going to take those sanctions off until this straightens out. Then who knows, maybe we won't have to put them on. There'll be so much peace. But when the time comes, the U.S. Navy and its partners will escort tankers through the strait if needed. I hope it's not going to be needed, but if it's needed, we'll escort them right through. And we have the greatest mine-sweeping ability. We have the greatest ships and all of the, we know exactly where they're placed. We'll get them out of there very fast, but we hope we don't have any of that. And again, if they do that, if they play that game,
guess who's
we're gonna
trapped?
hit them at a level that they have not
What's
seen
that?
before.
There's the sellers?
So we're winning very
Holy.
decisively. We're way ahead of schedule.
It's right at the previous week value area low, 47.84.
With the greatest equipment and the greatest people.
But I don't see it here though. That's the weird thing. It doesn't seem like there was a lot, but this is a value area. Oh no, there is. Wait, 2.2 million.
If we did not hit them, they were going to take
That's
over the Middle East.
relatively high for how long we were down here. We're only down there for like a second.
They had thousands and thousands of missiles and everything else. Most are now destroyed, but they were going to take over the Middle East. Those weapons were aimed at Middle Eastern countries that had nothing to do with this. They were going to take over the Middle East and they were going to try and destroy Israel. So we stopped it with good timing, and we're very proud to be involved in this, and it's going to be ended soon. And if it starts up again, they'll be hit even harder. Thank you very much for being here. Go ahead, any questions?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Do you approve of Iran's
Literally a
new
South
leader?
Park
And
episode.
secondly, can you tell us more about your call with Russian President Vladimir Putin today?
Yes.
What did you discuss?
Yes, I had a very good call with President Putin. We had a lot of people on the line from our side, from his side. We were talking about Ukraine, which is just a never-ending fight. And look, there's tremendous hatred between President Putin and President Zelensky. They can't seem to get it together. But I think it was a positive call on that subject. And we obviously talked then about the Middle East. And he wants to be helpful. I said, you could be more helpful by getting the Ukraine-Russia war over with. That would be more helpful. But we had a very good talk, and he wants to be very constructive. Yeah, please. Yeah, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. On Iran, you called it an excursion. You said it would be over soon. Are you thinking this week it will be over?
No,
You're talking
but soon.
about days?
I think soon.
Okay, and with respect
Very soon. Look, everything they have is gone, including their leadership. In fact, there are two levels of leadership, and even actually, as it turns out, more than that. But two levels of leadership are gone. Most people have never even heard about the leaders that they're talking about. So it's obviously been very, very powerful, very effective.
With respect to Cuba, you said that Cuba wants to make a deal.
Yes.
What would the United States get in return for that, and why should Americans trust Marco Rubio to negotiate it?
Well, Marco Rubio is doing a great job. I think he's
Oh,
going
my
to go
days.
down as the greatest secretary of
Mr.
state in
Trump.
history. Look at what we've
This
done
guy.
as a presidency. Look at what we've done as an administration. They trust Marco.
What do you mean I'm watching the wrong
American
news?
People trust. He's been successful no matter where he's been. He also speaks the language, which is always nice and always helpful. But he's
People are talking about gold here.
be
Look at this.
a friendly takeover. It may not be a friendly.
People are saying
takeover.
sell gold, sell gold, sell gold.
They're down to
GG, DXY rejection, buyers win, the war isn't
they
over.
have no
Buy gold, the war isn't over, sell gold.
money. They're in deep trouble on a humanitarian basis, and we don't want to see that. But they were very, very bad to a lot of people, as you know, and a lot of people living the Cuban American vote, which I got at record levels. Very important. Those people are very important to me. I know what they went through. They went through hell. Some of them have gone on to be some of the most successful people in the country. Cuban American business people, some of them are like the most successful in the country. And a lot of them are friends of mine because I've been fighting this battle with them for a long time. The Castro regime was brutal, but they lived off Venezuela. Now they don't live off Venezuela. Sends them no energy, no fuel, no oil, no money, no nothing. They lived without Venezuela. They couldn't have made it. And we cut them off from everything else. So, yeah, they're going to make either a deal or we'll do it just as easy anyway. Yeah. Please, go ahead.
There's footage that shows that an American missile strike and a Tomahawk missile likely destroy that Iranian girls' school. So will the U.S. accept any responsibility?
Well, I
for that
haven't seen
strike?
it, and I will say that the Tomahawk, which is one of the most powerful weapons around, is used by, is sold and used by other countries, you know that. And whether it's Iran, who also has some Tomahawks, I wish they had more, but whether it's Iran or somebody else, the fact that a Tomahawk is very generic, it's sold to other countries, but that's being investigated right now. Yeah, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. President, you've said the war is, quote, very complete, but your defense secretary says this is just the beginning. So which is it, and how
There might be a
much
shotgun play below support, but it would be like a wick fill, I guess.
But they certainly
Trading at a very
they have no
volatile
Air Force.
time.
They have no anti-aircraft equipment. It's all been blown up. They have no radar. They have no telecommunications, and they have no leadership. It's all gone. So, you could look at that statement. We could call it a tremendous success right now as we leave here. I could call it, or we could go further, and we're going to go further. But the big risk on that war has been over for 3 days. We wiped them out in the first 2 days. When you think about it, it's incredible. We wiped out a big Navy, very powerful Navy. These were ships. These were serious ships. These were ships that you buy when you want to win battles. They're all. And by the way, Venezuela.
Wait, which one? Which one is it, bro? You guys are saying this is not the one? Which one is it?
It's sort of like a joint venture. But the United States has made a lot of money, Marco, right? With it. Do you want to talk about that for a second?
Wait, let me see. This one has 460 people
2 months of this year
watching. Dude, this one had freaking 2,000 people are watching this right now. 2,500 people are watching this right now.
The drones are down to probably 25%, and they'll soon be down to nothing. We'll have where they manufactured the drones are under fire as we speak. They're being hit. So the rest is going to be determination as to my attitude, along with the people in the Trump administration, what we want to do. Thank you. Yeah, please.
Can I ask you, you mentioned you were going to waive certain additional oil
Right, unless, like,
sanctions. Can you talk a little bit more about
all
that?
us 2,500 plus people here watching the wrong thing, then, that's funny.
Artificially up because of this excursion into a very positive thing. I mean, this was an excursion that a lot of people wouldn't have done. I knew oil prices would go up if I did this, and they've gone up probably.
I knew oil prices would go up.
But I don't think anybody thought we were going to be this quickly successful. This was a military success.
Shotgun play down here.
People haven't seen. We have the best
CNBC.
military. We have the best equipment. We have, I believe, the best generals.
CNBC.
You're going to get a sheetrock ceiling, a sheetrock wall.
Is it really this? Why are people watching that? I don't get what's going on.
Installation costs you $100
Let's
a
see.
room.
This one's got about 900 people watching.
I think it's going to cost more than $4 billion when it's finished. But it would somehow but Joe, somehow we have to find out how this.
Yeah, I feel like I've watched that one already as well.
Did the contractor
When he said oil didn't go up as much as he thought it would.
Right. If the banking committee could take it over.
I can't imagine that Too Late is taking money.
Y'all are right. This is probably the one.
I can't. But it's possible. But we have to find out why is a job that should have cost $25 million costing billions and billions of dollars. I built the hotel. It's now the Waldorf. I sold it to Waldorf, and it's now the Waldorf. I built it for $201 million. It's a bigger building than the Federal, and it was hotel rooms with bathrooms and partitions, and it's much more expensive to build a hotel room than it is a nice empty office space, right? And I built that for $201 million. This now is 8 years ago or so, but think of it. This building, you look at it, it's a little building. It's over. I think it's going to cost over $400 billion. And here's the thing: it's going to be nothing compared to what it was. This is.
I think we're losing him. What happened?
DOJ, though, if this goes forward with Department of Justice and it delays him being confirmed, Kevin Warsh, it's kind of.
That's CNBC chat. That's not my internet. This is their live. Their live is lagging.
Isn't, Joe? You have to find out why a thing like that could happen, because if you have hundreds of projects like that,
Yeah, Warsh testifies. This is going to be the new Fed chair.
Hundreds of projects like that, you have to find out why that happens.
In about
Don't do it right.
say 1 hour, 1 hour.
Really people, we have
At
some
10,
people in government
Warsh
that can do
testifies.
jobs. I built under budget, ahead of schedule. I'm doing a ballroom now. It's a much bigger job than that, and it's going to cost, depending on finishes, like $300 million. It's a much bigger job than that's ahead of schedule, and I have lawsuits every week from all these people, all the do-gooders that, that stop progress in our country.
Well, I'm going to give Becky a chance, Mr. President, to get you to.
And you can have some extra time. I know my people said 20 minutes, but you can have some extra time.
Oh, thank you,
that's
sir.
that,
All right.
that's
You
good.
can even put Andrew on the phone. You told me Andrew would not be there, and I said I don't
that
care.
was
if he's
last
there.
week. That was last
But you
week.
could even put Andrew on. Don't worry
Mr.
about it.
President.
Joe made
That
a
was
comment to me when he tried to get me on. He said, "I promise I'll have Andrew Rorschach, and he will not be there." He is there, and you can put him on. It's okay.
I didn't say I'd have him. I said he's not in last week, but then you canceled because you were on the West Coast.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, I'll
Joe said you
chime in
wouldn't
a
be
minute.
there, and that's
He's
why
gonna be
Chime in a
so-
second. Becky,
But
go
I don't
ahead.
mind if he's there. I like him. I respect him. He's just wrong on a lot of issues.
There you go.
Yo, chat.
Mr. President, thank you. Let's talk a little bit about what
This is so weird. What? Look at how many talks are going on here. This one has 1.7K.
Shut it down, which tells you they.
This one got like 2.7K. Who's this?
Mr. President, thank you. Let's talk a little bit about what you. Hi, sir. Let's talk a little bit about what you expect from your.
Oh, okay. He's listening to the phone one.
If your new Fed chair, if he gets approved, doesn't.
Yeah, there's a lot of freaking propaganda in here now.
But let's talk about Iran first. Iran, I'm looking at your numbers now as I speak. I mean, the market's up. We're going to be at 50,000. That's where we were just a little while ago when it started. And when I hit 50,000...
Crude oil down
I
0.23%.
said, well, I hate to do this to everybody, but I'm going to have to journey down to...
Crude oil currently looks like it's
it's
moving up. Oil is moving up.
Because they will blow up the world. You want to see a bad
Gold
stock
should be
market, try
moving
rolling
down.
up the Middle East and then Europe, and then
About
they come
15
for
minutes
us,
till the new hourly
and
open.
we're not going to let that happen. So I said to the people, I said to my people, they're all gathered, all these wonderful guys, Scott Bessent, the whole group, Howard, they're all doing a good job. I said, fellas, I got a little bad news for you. I'm going to put a little wrinkle in your numbers. Why, sir? We're going down to a place called Iran, and we're going to make sure that they never have a nuclear weapon because they'll use it to blow up, because they're religious fanatics, and they will use that weapon to blow up the world, but they'll start with Israel in the Middle East, and we're not going to let that happen. And they said, wow, that's going to be bad. I said, yeah, it's going to hurt the market, and it's going to drive up the price of oil and whatever it is. But that's peanuts compared to what would happen if we let this happen. And I told them, 47 years other presidents wanted to do it. They never had the guts, the courage to do it. I said, we have to do it. And they understood that, very professional. They're great guys, great people. Jameson's doing such a great job, all of them. And so I said, we're going down, and we're going to do our little thing. And we did. And we've, knocked out.
He said like 20 more minutes,
if you read the New York Times,
3 minutes
they
or so
think,
ago.
Gee, when are we surrendering? We have totally beat them militarily and otherwise. I mean, I wish you could hear the conversations we have with him.
Try coming up to the high value area zone where the shotgun entry was. You can see on the wick right here.
20 years to rebuild. And they can't get the nuclear dust because it was obliterated by the B-2 bombers that went in. They never got the credit they should get. They've tried to get down there. We have cameras from Space Force on it all the time. They've tried to get down. They can't get down. That place was obliterated. They did such a good job. The left tries to make it, tries to demean all the time, like, oh, well, maybe it wasn't totally obliterated. It was. And they can't get it, or they would have tried to get it. But the fact is that we took this.
Might be a little accumulation breakout play here. I think it's at the bottom of the this candle. I think it's right here. You gotta create like some form of resistance, come down and then break the lows. and gonna look for maybe some kind of a potential wick fill.
They're going to Alaska.
So like 115 pips.
It's an amazing phenomenon. You know, when there are problems, people find out
It seems
how
like the
to
tensions are
take
still
care
gonna
of things.
continue to go on.
The strait's very important, but people have found out. I mean, you're taking a look. Look at your numbers right now. I'm looking at where the stock market's up, where it's, you know, look at that, S&P. The numbers are what they were when we started this whole thing.
We got some heavy selling pressure down over here. It might be rebalanced
Even when it
too.
was down more a couple of weeks ago.
That's at the bottom of the wick.
I thought it would be down much more, and I thought the oil would be much higher. And I'm very happy to say that it wasn't. And when it's over, and it will end, when it's over, you know,
You might see a big push from that 5-minute reflip as well.
World War I, 4 years.
5-minute
and 3
reflip
months.
probably
World
gonna
War
start
II, 6
tanking.
years. Korean War, 3 years. Vietnam, 19 years. Iraq, 8 years. I'm 5 months. Okay, 5 months.
I'm 5 months. He's literally saying it's too early to end the war.
If I were president, I would have won Iraq in the same amount of time that we won, because essentially we've won here. Okay, I mean, people can play games. The Democrats can say, well, we should have done better. No matter what, if I did it in 1 week, they'd say we should have done better. Look at Venezuela. I took it over in 45 minutes. It was
Facts.
basically a 45-minute.
Haters gonna hate.
Very strong military country. And we took it over in a day, but let's be nice. But we basically took it over in 45 minutes. We took it over.
Haters
during
gonna
the
hate
attack in
Trump.
45 minutes.
Mr.
And
President,
they would say, I'm surprised they haven't said it, that you should have done it in 30 minutes. It took too long, you know. So it's tough. But we can't let traders, we can't let traders like Schumer put pressure on you where they say, we want out. Think how bad that is. I'm negotiating with these people, and they're telling us, we have to get out now, we have to get out now, we have to get now. And they were in a war for 18 years. They were in a war for, think of that, Vietnam, 19 years. Iraq,
Yeah,
8
Trump's gonna
years.
bring volume. He's gonna bring gold down. The way he's speaking right
I
now.
want to make a good deal. I'm not going to be rushed. I have all the time in the world. I want to make not a good deal. I want to make a great deal. I don't want to do this, go through this. And, you know, we have...
Volume delta is also quite aggressive. We're in about 4 million.
Losses. We lost 13 men, and that's terrible. I wish we didn't lose one. But if somebody would have said, we've done this and obliterated that...
It just rejected 4,800 again. This is the second time today. I think we're seeing 4,800 psychological.
It's not possible to have done that. It's not possible. Right. So we've done a great job, and I don't want to be rushed by people that are really treasonous as far as I'm concerned, where they're, and it's just, you know, I watch this low IQ guy, Hakeem Jeffries. He's a totally low IQ person, and he's always ranting and raving, oh, this war is so terrible, terrible. They shouldn't be saying that when we're in the midst of a negotiation, because it does hurt us somewhat. It gives the other side some hope, and I don't want them to have hope.
Mr. President, I wanted to ask you about Anthropic, if I could, for a second, because this is a company that your administration has declared a supply chain risk. And I want to understand the determination for that. There's a view by some that it's political, but more importantly, at the same time that this is happening, reportedly, the NSA and other parts of the government are using Claude, which, of course, is the large language model of Anthropic, and how you square that.
Well, Anthropic is a group of very smart people, but they started telling our military how to operate, and we didn't want that. And they tend to be on the left.
So the war's gonna continue?
But we get
Yes.
along with them. In fact, they came to the office. They came to the White House a few days ago, and we had some very good talks with them.
How's that live if
They're
it's
shaping
talking?
up. They're very
There are
smart.
multiple lives
And
on
I think
YouTube.
They can be of great use. I like smart people. I like high IQ people.
But I
and they
think this
definitely
is
have high
the...
IQ. You know, it's one of those things, and I think we'll get along.
This
with them
should
just
be
fine.
the one.
So do you think a deal will be made so that Anthropic will be allowed to be used inside the Defense Department in the future?
We want the smartest people. Now, in the meantime, we replaced Anthropic with somebody else. You know who they are, and they're very, very smart people. Sam Altman, a very, very smart group. We have a lot of smart groups. We have some brilliant people. We have the most brilliant people in the world. President Xi told me that. He said Silicon Valley. He called it Silicon Valley. During a conversation, I have a great relationship with him. He said, you have the smartest people
That's
in the world. You take a look at what's happening with Jensen and all of these people, and it's a great...
If the war continues, then gold will skyrocket? No, it'll come down.
You know, I see he's...
It'll come down. I'm actually surprised it didn't come down already. After rejecting 4,800. I don't know what it's still doing there.
Fantastic person, did an unbelievable job. And I say it respectfully, but if Steve Jobs had lived,
It's gonna come down to fill this range.
it might have done good.
This wick right there.
I think nearly as good as the job Tim has done. And I got to work with Tim, so I really know it. I know what I'm talking about. He's a very unusual guy. He gets things done.
Mr. President, yeah, we did read your entire Truth Social post. I just want to return for 1 second and make an analogy here. You saw what inflation did to the Biden legacy and administration. So 22% price increases. By the time he was leaving,
Gold down cause US or dollar in war? Yes, sir.
But not a single.
It was down to 5%. It wasn't down.
Well, or 3, but not a single
and the reason
person.
it was down was because I had won the election, and it started falling after I won the election, and I started getting prices down from right after November 5th.
Going to sell it? I bet it's going to that trap seller zone again today. Oil still consolidating. Yes. It's just surprising that it's not moving right now. It's taking like really long for this kind of exuberance that we're seeing.
Allow him to raise rates or not cut rates. Would there ever be a period where you could see that was something that a Fed chair needed to do? And if you said he might have an office right near you.
But I would say there's a pretty high chance it's going to come and correct that candle.
After what happened to Jay Powell, you might want to be across in those new digs, maybe.
Maybe I'd like him next to me. Actually, it's not a bad idea. Maybe Jay Powell did us a big service. And I call him too late. He's just too late.
Too late. Yeah, Powell too late. He's got the easiest job. All he's got to do is cut the rates.
So the answer is I want Kevin. I think Kevin's great.
Powell too late.
He's central casting in a true sense. Okay, I think he's going to do a great job. Yeah, if there's time for, I've been in favor of interest rate rises to stop inflation. I think it sort of is effective. But there's one thing, and nobody ever talks about it but me, unfortunately. So I'm sure it's not correct, but I think it is. We should have the lowest interest rate in the world. When I was a young guy growing up, we always had the lowest interest rate worldwide. We always did. And then
put volume up with Trump.
15 years ago, 20 years ago, it started
a little bit. All right.
Switzerland and other people had lower rates than us, and I just had a thing with if you take a look at some of the, let's call them like elite countries. They're only elite because we allow them to walk away with $30 billion and $40 billion a year, but I don't do that so much anymore. I sort of put a clamp on that with the tariffs and charges that we charge them. Because they were
loud enough,
because they're making billions and billions of dollars from the United States, larger, and other reasons, and they run a good operation.
Just put it up a little bit.
Good when you make that much money, where we have these massive deficits with. You take a look at some of the countries, but Switzerland is one. They talk, oh yes, we are a small and brilliant. Well, they're brilliant because they pay us almost nothing. Now they pay a little bit. They should pay much more. We'll get that up a little bit. But if you take a look at Denmark, you take a look at all these countries, you think of them so good. They pay such a low interest rate. Well, if we charge them, and what happened with me is I charged some of them, and they squawked like you wouldn't believe it. They called, and we are a small country. All of a sudden, I realized they're not elite. We're elite. We're being sucked dry. And we can't do that. And you'll see that. We had a little setback with the Supreme Court. They said I can charge tariffs, but I have to do it a different way. And because of what they did, we have to pay back $160 billion. All they had to do is add one sentence, just one sentence. And that's, you don't have to pay anything taken in thus far back. But because they didn't add, and by the way, it was a close call, too. There were justices that were powerful that I was right on the tariffs. But because we lost by just 2 votes, just little vote, 2 votes, we have to pay back $160.
Where can I find this? This is CNBC.
One sentence. You don't have to pay back tariffs that have already been received. You start from this point, and you do it a different way. So we're doing it a different way. We're going to end up with the same. Actually, we'll end up with bigger numbers, actually, but it's a little more unwieldy. But it's the way it's been done.
Yeah, there's other channels where he's standing and speaking, or
with one sentence, $165 billion. And
ET Now World.
a lot of that money back to people that hate our country.
So I'm not happy
Bloomberg,
with the Supreme
let's
Court, I'll
see.
be honest with you, okay?
Mr. President, on
Times
that topic,
Now.
there's a whole number of
Is that the one also with Times Now?
Be able to do something peaceful.
Anyway, I'm gonna turn that stuff off now. I'm gonna turn that stuff off now. Gonna just focus on Trumpanachi. Most likely, price is gonna on oil are gonna increase. Gold will go down. We've already seen big sellers come in from earlier as well. Gotta see what the numbers were too. On core retail sales, we got really good numbers on the dollar. I think he's gonna try and shotgun it from here, potentially. You got like some kind of a small support there. Oh, it's a new hourly open. New hourly is about to open up here in about 20 seconds. I get new hourly open. I mean, price has been somewhat alluding to sells all day. We can see with the order flow. Only a few bursts to the upside today, but generally we've been relatively bearish. Still on gold. Here comes the new hourly open. At least creating like some kind of a top wick if it wants to move down. That'd be a nice like little top wick there. Maybe even some liquidity grab that it can do. It's a good new hourly open because it's gonna allow price to move. Rejecting 4,800 once more. Slight rejection of that support. See that psychological mark? That's kind of the zone that price kind of got a hold right now. You gotta like respect 4,800. Then bleed. Yeah, this new hour open, this can be a really good sell. I don't want to buy, just come down. So chat, which one was it? Why is there a lot of confusion there? Which one was it? Was it the phone call or was it the one where he was standing and speaking? Which one was it? Because that was CNBC. Why would CNBC be showing a rerun? Got some nice rejections though in the 5-minute too. Which one was it, chat? Which one was it? Can NQ dump 600 points? The standing was recording too because it kept replaying. And there were like 2,000 people watching that. It's breaking a high right over here right now. I just don't see a reason for a buy. You know what I mean? I just don't see a reason for a buy right now. But man, buy is really coming in. Be a nice little liquidity grab right here. Gonna see how the session opens up. What are we? Are we on the second? Yeah, we're already on the second hourly candle of the New York session. So I guess it's going to kind of give us the idea of where price is going to go. It's because it's currently right now at a point A. So you might start to see it distribute soon. If it moves up, that is from here. It's going to move up towards that range. It's like 47.90. That's if it moves up. I'm kind of anticipating that's a fake out right now. Although there's not too much to tell me that it should be a fake out. I'm just kind of anticipating it will. Because of the talks. It's already struggling for the buyers, but we're going to see if it goes up. I would even try a cheeky sell here if the delta was already ahead of time to show us some seller aggression, because it looks like a fake out. New hourly candle creating the hourly top wick. Then once it starts re-breaking, actually you could see the volume start to come from here. Once it starts to reflip and break its lows to fill this area. Could be a little risk off the market as well, just something to be cautious of. As Warsh is due to speak later as well. About like an hour. In about an hour we also have news again. Oh, something's popping off here. Fat liquidity grab. It was the, what you call it? It was the liquidity grab we anticipated. Oh my days. But the good thing is we get direction, yeah? If we get some sort of form of direction here, that's going to be better. Right now it's kind of cooked up in this range. All right, beautiful. Very well done, guys. Securing this right over there. Very well done. Y'all got stuck in. Told you. Now we're getting that wick fill. It's that distribution to the downside. Very good. Very good stuff. See now? We're going down to Ricardo's sellers over here. We got some sellers still trapped down below that wick. See that? 328. So that was the whole idea. I told you you're going to see with that hourly, it's going to come in even sooner. With that hourly flip, correct? Right over here. See the hourly candle? It reflipped, broke its lows, it came in sooner. But I decided, let me just wait a bit longer. Let me just wait a bit longer over here. So because I wanted to see this accumulation break, so that needed us to come all the way down over here by 47.94. So yeah, congratulations those of you who managed to catch this trade. Very well done. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
That's a Tramponacci. Tramponacci, finally. You know this trade? Man, we've been trying to catch this trade. For those of you who are joining right now, we've been trying to catch this trade all the way from up over here. We've been trying Tramponacci. But now you see, we finally caught it over here. All we had to do was wait. Wait with a bit of TFX confluence right over here. What did we say? This was going to be a fake out, correct? Told you I would have taken a sell even right over here, if I had that little bit of order flow confirmation, but you know, you're gonna feel like it's a bit of a fake out then. We're taking the sell up here. It's a little too suspect of a move, like that false break to the upside when price should be going down, correct? Now we got the right settings, sir. Now we have the right settings. It should be like a wick fill, I think. But even on the 1 minute, it's just like a wick. Let's see. Slaughtering. TFX concepts, bro. Chat, low-key, I'm the best trader that I know. I don't even want to toot my horn or anything, but I'm the best trader that I know. No cap. This is my thing. Yeah, this point of the day here, man, testosterone levels are pretty high for traders, especially for the ones going to be trading throughout the London, trading the New York. This is a time, man, testosterone levels are too high. I'm just trying to hold my back. I'm just trying to hold myself back. Need to go and do something else. Guys, I'm gonna get excited here. Gonna get excited here. Might start breaking things like Alex FXG when he did, what did he do? $100 to what? 1 million? It's breaking stuff. He started breaking his house. I don't know what it is, bro. Like, man, you gotta slaughter the market. You're like, man, that's the best. Man, actually trade. If you want testosterone, trade. You need to be a trader. A profitable one. Look at this, man. Fake out above here. Nice little confluence. A little bit of a wick fill situation here. We got the hourly reflip. Break of the hourly lows to fill up that previous hourly wick over there. We got Fibonacci settings on. War's gonna increase. Gold is gonna come down. Oil is gonna move up. Gold down. Oil up. Let's see. DXY should be... Let's go on the DXY here on the monthly. Oh, it's still ranging, surprisingly. DXY is still accumulating over here. So we got a bit of accumulation. A little accumulation. But it looks like that reversal play. You see what DXY is doing now? This is why I was excited for the gold sells that were coming above here. Correct? Because it's going to be like the same thing. A little bit of a reversal play above the highs. Then for price to come down. That's how, actually, I was super surprised. I was super surprised that price had not been moving yet. Like, that took really long. But I think it was just waiting for the new hourly open so we can get the wick fill. That's probably the reason. Why didn't I consider rejections to the left? Because we're overall bearish, and it's just like a matter of a understanding. You know, this is the second time I think I've taken a sell here below 4,800 psychological. We can see the rejection wicks. It's also an anticipation, right? We called out the fake out right over here. We called out psychological 4,800 rejection wicks as well. SMA confluence, consolidation breakout. Like, there's a lot of confluence. There's a lot of things telling us it's coming down. So these levels and these rejection wicks, man, they mean nothing. This is a Fibonacci over here, you know? This is technical analysis. They mean nothing. You know what means the most is understanding the market and the flow of orders. Usually that makes more sense, because even you're going to have times, just watch, when we get our next rate cut decision on the US dollar, and I think during, I don't know when it's going to be, just watch how the market's going to operate the next day or the day after. You're just going to see maybe pre-session, it's going to be going up. For example, if gold going to be trending up, because it weakens the dollar, you're going to see gold trend up. And you're going to see that flow of money, man, it's going to go through all those rejection wicks, all those resistance levels. We're just going to go through them. All right, now price is still coming down here. Gonna re-break this wick and then try and fill up this next range towards like 47.71. It's gonna keep coming down, maybe for the rest of the day now. That's why, like, this would have been a really good runner as well. Keep that as a nice little runner for the rest of the day. But like secure like a partial. If you're still holding, secure like, you know, like 80%, and then just let the rest run. It's probably gonna come down. Beautiful. We could have caught that earlier though, man. That's the thing that kind of bugs me. I wish we caught this one. This is so clean because we had that range and we also had that reversal play. Now we wait. Now we wait. Since it's still in distribution phase, here you gotta wait. You got to wait. Over here, it might give you a re-entry at the break of 47.65. It occurs like bullish support and then re-breaks the lows. But it doesn't seem like it's gonna do it. Like 5 seconds, yeah, it's still gonna go. It's still gonna go. It's not gonna give you that chance. It's still in distribution. Holy! Why I'm cooking so good? Man, that's another 35 pips right there. Man, I told you it's not gonna give you a chance. This is distribution. This is distribution. Holy! Why I'm cooking so good? Nice, nice one, nice one, nice one. Not chat, like, it's curtains, bro. It's curtains for this industry. It's curtains. If retail traders are not making money now, man, let me tell you something. Biden's era, whatever era before this, was not any easier. If anything, it was more difficult because there was less volume. So things took, gotta take like, you know, longer to play. There was less volume. Ranges was tiny. I remember this one time we were in a trade on GJ on stream. I think we were in that trade for like 1.5 hours with like, what was like an 8 pip stop loss or 10 pip stop loss. Yeah, but don't buy gold. 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 You gotta like keep that in your head. You gotta tattoo this in your head right now. Don't buy gold. You're rather gonna miss those buys and focus on the sells. Remember, smash that like button, guys. Support the stream. Support the stream. Took a buy. Oh yeah, you came to fill up the sellers there at the bottom. Good, all right now, Nas. I don't know what the panda's doing here with the bear. Stocks rise as mood improves over Iran-US talks. AI mania back in vogue. Let's see. Stocks rose on Tuesday. Investors will also be watching sentiment confirmation from Kevin Warsh. That's going to be quite important. Donald Trump nominee to lead the Federal Reserve. Trump has repeatedly criticized for failing to cut rates sooner and more aggressively. Yeah, I mean, how much time you got left? About 40 minutes. We got about like 40 minutes until Kevin Warsh comes on. In terms of sells, I think what's going to happen here is the 1 minute is going to try and reset. It's going to pull up. Probably going to like try and pull up. Give like another entry and then come back down. Vapo hollow vein. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, let's wait for it to set up again, chat. There's a market for you. This TFX concepts. Once you understand that flow of distribution and setup, I think you're going to have like a very good experience. Just have to understand this flow. But you got to wait again. You just gotta wait. Trying to crack below previous week value area low. Hey, what else? Is the talk still going on, chat? Is anybody still watching it?
We don't do that here.
Do you think Bitcoin will reach 100K this year? Let's see. I don't think so though. I really doubt it. NYSE open? Oh yeah, we got that in about like 8 minutes. Oh, 100K. Damn, okay, I thought 100K was really far off. 100K, we could reach 100K. It's within the range. It's within the range here. So I think what it's doing, it's accumulating, right? It's accumulating to distribute on the higher time frame. You can see right over here as well. Nice little weekly shotgun play coming in soon. Starts re-breaking the highs here. I think, you're going to find that Bitcoin might fill this range. Considering like the macros, if you look at the macros and what's happening. But technically, it looks like it can if it breaks above here. Then we crack 80k psychological, and then we're going to be like towards 93k, but then we're still going to have to push a lot. So if we're going to hit 100k, I don't think we're just going to hit 100k. We're most likely going to keep going up towards like potentially 115, because it's like it's a key speed bump here that we got to get through to even get to like 100k. So if we actually get there, I think at that point we should be closing some levels. So that's what I'm anticipating. Is this what's going to happen? Like Bitcoin is going to move up, then it's going to be like profit taking, then it's going to set up a move, break above, and then continue to move bullish. But that's going to take some time because that's going to be on the weekly time frame. Yeah, I think it could play out. I don't see further sells unless we can crack below like 60k. If we can crack 60k, then Bitcoin can sell off a lot more. We'll come down towards like 40k at that point. I am not uncertain. I'm not certain 100% of the time, but I can assure you that I'm not uncertain. I'm not 100%, but I'm not uncertain. NYSC, yeah, I got NYSC open. Gonna have like a small little break over here on the 1 minute. Although kind of like still for me a bit risky, although this buy might have a better chance of playing out. Because the fake out was up over here. Alright, that was where the fake out was, but I still wouldn't touch it. I still wouldn't touch a buy idea here. I just wait for like any sort of a sell confirmation below the lows. Wait for it. Probably can't see that continuation. I think it's this low right here. That should be the flip of the 5 minute too. Yeah, the reflip of the 5 minute. Then re-break the low to keep pushing down. See, we should see it. We should still see a reaction there. Your setup base is a momentum on market. Yeah, I think like a lot of people are gonna have like the same sort of like idea, because ideally you want to take a trade and have momentum go in your direction. I don't think when a trader gets in a trade they're gonna expect that price is gonna come down like that. They're gonna expect it to go like this. Yeah, but it's a momentum, because some traders, what they do is they wait for, let's say, this. So it's slightly a bit different, because they're going to wait to get triggered in like this and then like that. So yeah, I would say like one more momentum. I don't know what you'd even call this. I don't know. What do you call this type of trading? That's like a sort of like a sell limit. Sell limit order right there. I don't know, but all I know is I got like serious trauma when it comes to trading this techniques. Some serious freaking trauma. I don't know what you're gonna call this. It's usually those traders who think they're like very smart, especially the ones I was learning from who were like teaching these kind of models. They were kind of those little bit like a smart money kind of, not necessarily ICT, but they kind of like to outsmart the market, you know. They're gonna look at the ways that you're gonna try and outsmart the market. Then I got a lot of whips trying to follow that system. Then I saw another guy who was trading that momentum style. I'm like, okay, yeah, I think, you know, this makes sense over here. Then, you know, I started focusing on this. Then I started getting less whips. I was like, okay, you know, I'm not profitable, but I'm getting less whips. It feels correct. It feels now without moving correctly. Because the other way I was like thinking, okay, sometimes I get lucky, but now this way, even when I'm not correct, it feels like I'm moving correct. So this is still for me, I'm thinking there could be a break here by 47.72, and then you're going to see momentum come in. However, given the current bearish nature of this market, I think like it would still be better to avoid it. Same like how we avoided the one up here. Just be okay with missing out on it, because it could play out. You see, it's breaking. It's about to break. About to break. That was close. It could play out, but you gotta be okay. There's a minor liquidity grab that happened for the buyers here, a small one. You gotta get through that 8 SMA 2 right there. It's a bit of a risky play. It's a risky play because if that did not play out and it started coming down, that would be a very nice sign for a sell. But you gotta be okay with missing it, you know, whenever you're not feeling too confident about it. But you see, that's gonna be the leg potentially. Looks like it's playing out so far. Looks like it's playing out so far. But this is potential leg you're gonna see come in here, and then it's gonna try and correct this move towards like 47.84 if it's correct, you know. But you don't have to be right to make money. Always remember that. It doesn't have to come all the way there for you to make money. A nice little tight stop over here, and then see how to manage the trade. I personally would not take this, but I think if I did, I'd probably be hit at break even, because I know it's kind of like a risky trade, but if it wasn't like a trade that I thought was risky, then I'll maybe try that 5 pip stop loss. You know, just to give it a bit of breathing room. And then I would have survived the break even, then I would have secured something there. They would have said, oh, W trade, let's go. Another TFX concepts trade idea here. Looks like it did play out. But you know, risk is discretionary. For some people, that buy idea was not going to be as scary as it was for me. And I understand their perspective too, because I mean, it already crashed here. So what's the probability that I also become a crash if you're trying to get lucky with a buy? And then see, now it's coming out. But this is a zone. That's the distribution. Now it's paying out the traders. And that's pretty good. TFX concepts. But with momentum, I have to trading with power hour session. When market going to one direction, it's hard to trade momentum. What's power hour? Is that NYSE? That's an NYSE open here. I'm the new kid on the block. Damn, Daniel. NY open, for example, 1 to 2 hours after London open. Oh, NY open, for example, 1 to 2 hours after London open. Okay, so power hour can also be London open. Power hour. Yeah, the first two hour candles are gonna have the best volume. That's true. Beautiful fill of that range towards like 47.80. So the buy was, that's range was about 68 pips. It's the only move that you could have technically caught for now, you know, but it was like a counter bias, but it was the only move. Resistance right over here. It's gonna try and break above it. Bring this here. Bring that there. It's gonna be, next range here is gonna be around 32 pips. That's for the runners. We're still kind of like holding it from down here. They're gonna be probably like trying to aim for 47.87. Should be the top of that range. Right there. Orders are flooding in nicely as well. Let me just pull up my extra charts. Orders are flooding in nicely. cracked. We 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 cracked. Fully optimized. Fully freaking optimized in all areas. I think this is what traders live for, like just getting better every day, trying to get 1% better. And like locking in a good day as well, you know? Like locking in a good day where you've been disciplined even outside the charts. Got some new health regimens as well going on. I don't know, what's better, chat? What's better than that? Just getting better. And you know, it's always in the beginning of a journey when you're gonna start trading that you're really gonna understand that value of, you know, maybe like following rules. For example, you gotta set yourself a rule. You got 24 hours. When you get a new day, you got a new day to follow a new rule, to rewire your psychology. Like, man, that's a pretty awesome opportunity. Rewire your psychology. See how you can become like a better person, more disciplined person. Because once you're able to do that, everything else becomes light work. Then you just understand that it's just all comes down to doing the things that most people don't want to do. You're going to do that and you're going to get what you have, which most people don't have because they don't want to do what the few are willing to do. And once you understand that, man, like the game changes literally in all aspects of your life. But you just have to taste a few of those wins. Once you taste a few of those wins, and that's why I'm always an advocate for securing like even a 1-to-1. You start getting that motivation and you want to keep going. You just want to keep winning. You want to keep going. But you don't gonna get discouraged because, you know, you've given yourself a shot to secure success. But when you're reaching for the stars too much, you know, you're not giving yourself a fair chance to get that success. Now we got price here come up towards like 47.80. Build up the range and you see again 0.8. Oh, look at this. It's mopping them up. See greedy buyers over here. It's mopping them up now. From point A, this is our point A section right here. That was their distribution towards resistance. Point B. That's why I said also with Bitcoin, you see with that Bitcoin analysis we did, like this is literally going to be the same thing that's happening on Bitcoin. It's going to come up, and if we crack this, we're going to see way beyond 100K on Bitcoin. That's that weekly resistance. But we got to get above that weekly resistance, and we're going to crack through 100K. But that's why I think like Bitcoin has a chance of like going up and filling that range. Because markets are fractal, right? You're going to see it on the lower, you're going to see it on the higher. There's no difference. There's no difference. Yeah, you get 1 minute plays, same plays that we take on the 1 minute are going to be happening here on the daily. But you see the daily for the higher time frame traders has been really garbage because it's not like moving anywhere. It's just kind of like trickling. Maybe that's even a potential reversal play right over here. That price is going to come down heavy, which we should expect for the week up ahead. It's only like Tuesday, so expect a lot more sells for the week up ahead. We might even see some pre-sessions there performing well too. NQ 100 points so far, 500 left. What are you doing on NQ? You took a sell. Wait, let's go on the Discord here. Superfly, we got resistance, golden zone, rejection. Looking for price to come down and correct that move. This is, if this is gold, I think, you know, pretty nice. Shotgun sells have closed below. See trades taken. Fourth and last trade. Oh, nice. Kevja here slaughtering markets as per usual. London been a while. Let me taste it. A little drawdown here, but this on the 1 minute, so nothing major. W trade. Yeah, this is a sell off towards the end. Moma slaughtering it. We got like some sells. Impulse entries at the break of the lows. Clean range. Third trade. Jeez, bro. Leave some for us. Yeah, this is the one that got stopped me out there at break even. This was the fake out one. Fake out below. Ooh, very clean. That was a very clean move. That was the one from this session, I think. Yeah. No, was it London? Oh yeah, no, that was London. Yeah, that was London. That was London. Close 80% trying to hold a runner. I'm using this 12 weeks as the intro. Gonna continue after. Wanna get the Michael B. Jordan body from Creed. Sheesh. Let's go. Michael B. Jordan from Creed. Holy. Man, Woods is really not gonna leave nothing for us, bro. He's taking all the steps. Now he's taking all the women. Now he plans on taking all the women too. Very nice, man. I'ma beat you to it. That treadmill is calling me right now. Nice little liquidity grab though. On the 5 minute. Took out the lows. Surprisingly moving up. Interestingly moving up. Seems like it came down to actually retest the high volume area over here like we normally speak about. Like clockwork. This is clockwork. Looks like it came down, retest the high volume area, rejection, but surprisingly moving up, you know, because I think, first of all, the idea was going to fill up this wick. There's a bit of like, I guess, imbalance over here, lots of sellers. And then we expected for price to continue moving down, but I think a lot of people are going to expect that too. That's why probably doing the opposite. And market's still getting flooded at the same time with a bunch of orders in there. Holy. Now's perfect entry. Gave the entry to a friend. Didn't take it, but it's A+++. You might see a big reversal today. We'll see what happens. We'll see. If it moves up, we'll move up with it, right? We're not here to speculate on the market. We're here to trade the market. But I will... Oh, we got Woods in the chat. I won't get that fit by 12 wicks. I still got a little belly, but that will be by the next summer. By Drake's album, sir. By the time that ice in Toronto melts, that's when you should have the Michael B. Jordan. Did you see? I think he put the... Did he put an album in there? So Drake, I think he hid the album inside like some big ice cube. In the middle of Toronto, Canada. And like people are trying to smash through the ice right now. That's gonna be for... Or is it the release date? Oh no, I think it's the release date that's in there. It's not the album, it's the release date. So they're gonna try and smash through it, I guess. So by the time summer comes around, we should be good, Woods. Godspeed. It is definitely a journey. As long as we're moving correct, you'll get there. I'll get there. And everybody who moves correct is going to get there. It's simple. Simple math. 1 + 1 = 2. If you move correct, you will get there. That's how you know when you guys sit in your car and you go home that you're gonna get home eventually because you know you're moving correctly. But if you're not moving correctly, or worse yet, there's no even plan, well, Godspeed. Summer 27. Never move without a plan, chat. Like, always have a plan. I don't even know a day where I'm gonna wake up and not have a plan. I think that's a nightmare. Having a day you're gonna wake up and nothing to do. I find it so uncomfortable and psychologically draining to think of myself to wake up and do nothing. Like sitting there and just existing. Man, it's no way to live. Every day you gotta have like a plan. What are you doing today? What's gonna be accomplished today? What are you currently working on? You know, is this thing gonna make you 1% better? You gotta conquer all these avenues in life. Money, health, interactions with people. Actually, when you don't put work in, you should be afraid. You know, like sometimes when I see like someone relaxing, I'm like, bro, how are you not afraid right now? Like, why do you think you have time? You know, like when I see my buddies, some of my buddies sometimes, you know, taking it like really easy. I'm like, how are you doing this, bro? But anyway, to each their own. Like that fisherman, gonna catch like 1 or 2 fish and go back to his family. He doesn't have plans to have a fish industry. And like 33 more pips over here. It might be like a small little shotgun play. Breaks above that high. Yeah, chat. Don't eat too much fish too, you know? That's gonna be bad for you as well. As we're on the topic of fish. You gotta get like a lot of mercury in this fish. Oh, like these big fish. You know, Joe Rogan, he got arsenic poisoning from fish. He used to eat about 3 cans of sardines a day. Even though sardines are the least fish with the amount of mercury in them because they're pretty small. They live for a short time. If you're gonna eat like more than 100 grams, you're gonna like put yourself in a position to get ill. You're gonna get arsenic in you. Doctor's gonna think someone's trying to poison you. Yeah, like 100 grams of sardines, that's already about like 1,500 EPA and DHA of fish oil, which is like more than enough. And the fish supposed to be good for you, but not too much of it. I would like cap it at 100 grams if you're eating it daily. Above that, it's gonna lead to, you know what happens when you eat too much fish? You get more prone, if you got too much omega in your blood system, you're gonna have more prone to nosebleeds, bruising. You get all these side effects. So if you eat 100 grams of, let's say like a sardine, tuna's shit actually. Tuna doesn't have really much omega in it. And it's a big fish. You got mercury. You get like sardines, wild Alaskan, salmon. Like those gonna have high omega, but less mercury, but you can't eat too much of it. You're better off eating like chicken and lean beef for the most part. And then get your omegas from that or supplements. Because that's the only reason people are going to eat fish. It's just nutrition-wise, it's just for the DHA. And I think it's called EPA. That's the only reason. Because you're not going to get this from any other food but fish. So, man, too much of anything, yeah? 6 a.m. and sun rises here. Nice. 6 a.m. Yep, I'm in the same. If I wake up and the sun is up, then I'm getting up and getting shit done. Yeah, you know, that's pretty good. You know, actually, the human race, this is how we used to actually sleep, right? So, in a whole day... This is what it used to be. Actually, back in the day, we used to have something called first sleep and second sleep. right? This was lost in translation, but archaeologists recently started, you know, like figuring out that they translated it wrong. But back in the day, like our great ancestors, they lived in dark for a majority of their life, right? Because from 6 a.m. when the sun went down, there was no more light. It was just pure darkness. Only thing maybe you're gonna have like a fire, but it's just like pure darkness. So your circadian rhythm is quite different. Usually you're gonna have like what we call the first sleep, and then which is gonna be typically around, let's say, about like 4 hours, like this, 4 hours, and then you're gonna be awake. This is the, I think what they call this zone. They call this zone the something. You're gonna have like this I think it was 2 hours. 2 hours we would stay awake. This is our natural circadian rhythm. Like if you end up camping for like a week, even your rhythm will go almost back to baseline. You'll start finding yourself sleeping even earlier and then waking up in the middle of the night. And it's not insomnia. It's during this period here, you're actually the most clear, right? It's 2 hours. That's the first sleep. Then you're going to have your second sleep, which is going to be another 4 hours right there. And that's how humans naturally sleeping. And people would wake up during this time and stay awake and do literally everything. Like maybe you're going to write during that time, interpret your dreams during that time. Maybe you're running a fish business. Your ancestors were running a fish business. So, you know, during that time, they're going to have all these ideas on how they're going to sell their fish in the morning. You know, they're thinking about their adventures. And then they would have their second sleep, another 4 hours. Correct? It was only because like now we're always kind of awake. Your brain can't tell the difference between a TV and the sun. And they actually did this experiment. And a lot of the time, the people would be waking up in the middle of the night, naturally. Without even knowing anything about this. They would start waking up in the middle of the night like this and staying up a bit longer. I think like your best ideas usually come to you when you're sort of like towards the end of the day as well. Get a lot more clarity. That's when my best. Actually, let me tell you something. Like literally, that's when building the trading plan in the first year. Most of the time, the best ideas would always come to me when I'm sleeping. You know, when I'm lying down in bed and just thinking about the day, thinking about the charts, then be like, oh, that's actually a pretty good idea. Run to the table, jot it down, go back to sleep. Try and sleep. If an idea doesn't pop in my head, I probably just start dreaming and sleeping. But if idea pops up, wake up, go, jot it down, get excited, boom, 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 go back to bed. Next day comes about, try new ideas. You know, try your ideas. And then you're just getting better day by day, refining your strat. I don't like people really put that amount of work in when it comes to trading. I'm not sure what people actually do after, but man, it's super important to fall in love with the game. But anyway, guys, I'm going to head out here. I will sue you. I will not sue you, but I will see you tomorrow for London. Adios, guys. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you leave a like before you head out. And adios.